Alright, hello, welcome to my channel. Not quite sure exactly what I'm going to be doing with this yet. Hopefully this even works because I am terrible at anything to do with technology. Anyways, I have a lot of family and friends that have been asking me to make YouTube videos just of the reviews that I do and makeup stuff, and so I finally caved and thought, okay, gonna do this. So I'm going to start off today with my ipsy that I received in the mail yesterday, and I'll talk about some of the products that I got, try out some things that I haven't had a chance to try out yet, and just do a little bit of makeup and just do that to start and see how it goes. Alright, so yeah, this is my ipsy that I got this month, and it is the Go There ipsy for May, and has the usual stuff that it says on the back. I did try 2 of the items already because I got a cleanser, which is the Delicate Skin Cleansing Gel with chamomile extract, licorice extract, and aloe, which is this here. I was a little nervous to try this because I do tend to react quite badly to aloe a lot of the time. But I did try it, and I will say I absolutely loved this. I've used it for the last 2 days now, and it is the most amazing smelling face wash that I have ever used. It is so wonderful. It is by Mad Skincare. And it's great because I do have extremely sensitive skin that reacts to just about everything. And this did not react. I didn't feel dry or in pain or anything like that or super tight. It was fantastic. So I'm going to keep using that, and I'll update at the end of the week how I found it to be. Though I'm sure it's going to keep being awesome. The other item that I had to try that was a cleanser based item is this little guy here. You can see this never likes to focus. And it is the Ven Effect Micro Exfoliant. And I got a cleanser from this line before that I did find to be really nice. Not so big on the scrub. I was really looking forward to it too because I really need a new scrub that works without affecting me, but this definitely did. It just was not, it's not for sensitive skin. It's not for sensitive skin. I think that if you had very oily skin, maybe even normal skin, that it would work well for you, but the exfoliating beads were so harsh that when I was like rubbing my skin, it just, it was so painful. It felt like that St. Ives apricot scrub that they've now deemed as dangerous for you because of like the peel or whatever, and it actually can cut your skin. It felt like my skin was being cut to pieces. It was so painful. I washed off very quickly. I did not like it. And yeah, my skin is smooth, but it was really red for a really long time after. And I will definitely not be going near that again. I don't know. I might see if my sister who has oily skin wants to try to see if it works for her. But if I do, I will update you on that. But for me, definitely never using that again. Big no-go. Another item that I got is this brush. And I cannot pronounce the name on this at all. It's like Slim's Glam. I don't know. All I can read is Glam. It's here. You can not focus at all. Anyways, it is their eyeshadow brush N15. I think it's so pretty, and I'm looking forward to using it. I will try it out today in this video with some makeup. Another item that I got is this Pop Goes the Shadow eyeshadow in Goldy. Again, I don't know if it's gonna focus at all. This is what happens when you use your phone because you don't have a camera. Anyways, this is the color here. I do really like it. I mean, it's your basic shimmery goldy brown color. I have a million of them, but I'll see how it goes. Maybe throw on some Fix and Mist and see how it performs. The last item that I got is the, can you see it? The trestique, and this is a blurring primer. So I'm really looking forward to this because while I do have dry skin now, thank God that I turned 30 because I used to have oily skin and it was awesome, and now it's all dry and flaking all the time. Anyways, but I am looking forward to trying this because I have huge pores and I hate them. And I'm always looking at ways to try and cover them. So why not start with this? I've already prepped my skin. You know, I've cleansed and toned and used serums and moisturizer and all that kind of stuff. If you want to ever know about my skincare, just give me a comment and I can go through all of that because I'm quite obsessed with my skincare routine. But anyway, so let's start with this. So I'm just gonna, all right, that feels actually quite smooth. By the way, if you see me looking in the corners, just because I have a mirror right here. Also, sorry for the terrible lighting, but again, this is what happens when you can't afford good lighting. Oh my gosh. You can literally see this smoothing out my pores. That is, wow, kind of amazing, actually. This is kind of blurring. It says that it's mattifying. I don't know if I'd go quite that far. It's got like a natural finish to it, but not so much that I'd say matte. But it is not doing too bad on the pores. Don't mind my acne right now. I'm getting towards that time of the month, and we all know what that means when that happens. Got the acne that likes to pop up. All right, so trying that. And then I'm going to break out my Dior Forever foundation in number, I think it's 22. Yep. I haven't used this in a while, but I'm starting to get color already because we've had some very hot days in the last 2 weeks. So pulling out my sort of like spring medium color, just gonna put it on the back of Beauty Blender and throw that on and just bounce that into the skin. And I find that's the best way because then it just kind of blends in. It looks the most natural and it just, yeah. I love this foundation. I've missed it. I haven't worn it in a very long time. Actually, I haven't worn very much foundation in a long time because my skin has been so dry that it's been reacting to everything. And as I have had extremely oily skin for most of my life, everything that I owned, makeup-wise and skincare-wise, was geared towards oily skin. So it's been a journey over the last year trying to find products that actually work for me now. But I'm slowly finding them, and I really like the whole using a beauty blender with my foundation because it's a little bit damp and it just makes everything sink into the skin that much better. And I do really enjoy it. And then I just switch it around to the other side to get around the nose. Right. And get down neck. You always want to make sure that you blend down the neck because you don't want to have that horrible line in the corner. Right, then on to concealer. I don't really do the whole like concealer like you see a lot of people do where they do it all over their face. I really just go under my eyes where my pores are at their worst, and I find that that works best for me. I don't know, these brushes don't have numbers on them. They're just from Quo. They're from your local Shoppers Drug Mart. They're well, this one has like a flat head on it. Don't mind that it started. I already used it today, but yeah, just gonna blend that in. I keep moving my hair out of the way. I can't pin it up. Can't pin up the hair because I chopped it all off the other week, so it's super short now. Let's get that all in. There we go. Oh. I think I really like that primer. Skin's not looking perfect, but it is looking smoother, and I do quite enjoy that. Take my little brush. This is a Luxie 660 precision foundation brush. I don't use it for foundation. I use it to powder under my eye. I use my Pixi powder, color correcting powder foundation in number 2 nude, which has been my favorite powder for years and years. It used to be really hard to find. we didn't have Pixi in Canada for the longest time, so very happy that I can get it easily now. So I put that under my eye, and then I get a really big powder brush. It's another Quo brush, and I just do a very, very, very light dusting around my whole face with just the excess, because since my skin is dry, I really try not to over powder it, because then it gets all cakey and no one wants cakey face. And then I just do a little bit, again, like I used to be really big into like contour bronzer and that whole thing. I've gotten kind of lazy since I just sit at home, so just gonna use my bronzer to do a little bit of everything. So I just go underneath my cheekbones and get some color in there, bring it down under my neck and up in my temple just to get a little bit of warmth. And then same on the other side. Just to kind of get rid of that extra chin a little bit, which no one wants. And then because I hate how big my nose is, I'd have another, and oh, sorry, and I forgot to say what brush this was. This was a Pro Angled brush number 49 by Sephora. Love this brush. I've been using it for years. And then I just take my, another Quo brush. It's just like a big blending brush, and just gonna blend a little bit down my nose just to kind of make it a little bit more streamlined. That's how I like it to be. And that works for me. And then I am going to take my other Quo brush, is what I'm going to use for my blush today. It's just an angled, pretty dense brush. I actually kind of wish that I had a different, oh, actually no, I'm going to try this one because I got this in my Ipsy last month and I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet because I left it at home. So this is a Lexi 504. It's going to let you see that. It's probably as close as I'm going to get. And it's the large angled brush. And I'm going to take the NYX Ombre blush, and this is in Sweet Spring. I love these blushes. They're awesome. It's just like pink, like kind of neon actually, but I like a good neon blush. And just kind of start with the apples of the cheeks, and then I bring it up. Look at that, nice pink flush. Everybody's really into the apricot blushes these days, which I like. A nice peach blush too. I don't know. I've been all about my pinks for most of my life, and I'll use apricot now and again, but I always go back to pink blush because I find that just suits my skin tone a little bit better. All right, and then on to highlight. I'm all about having a crazy highlight, and lately I've really been into wearing a highlight that kind of matches my hair because, you know, that's what it should do. So today I'm going to use my Duo Chromatic from NYX. This is in the color Twilight Tint. It has like a kind of bluey, greeny glow to it, so I don't know. Makes me happy, and that's what makeup's supposed to do. It is supposed to make you happy. It's not for anyone else to love. As long as you love it, that is all that matters. Put that all on the cheeks. I try not to go too far down on my cheeks, but I am bad for that. And then I put it up on my temple and down the bridge of my nose and on my Cupid's bow, just so that when I put on lipstick, my lip looks a little bit fuller because I have very small lips. All right, so now to the fun stuff. Let's play, or actually no, I'm gonna put my brows on first actually. So I have this to try. It is the No Bare Brows, and it is by No Cosmetics. And, you know, it's something that I've seen around for a very long time. I just haven't actually gotten around to trying it. I have no excuse for it. I've actually owned this particular product for quite a while now and just have not used it. But I've heard good things, so I'm going to try it today. What is this? Oh, it has a sharpener in the end. That's cool. I don't know why it can't come with those lids just on, but that's cool. So let's open this sucker up. Oh, I hate this kind of packaging. You break your nails trying to open it every time. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get this open. Wow, it is okay. Really stuck. Wasting all this video time just trying to open a package. And then it opens, but it only opens part way and doesn't keep opening. This is very annoying. I'm sorry this is taking so incredibly long. Hopefully I will be able to edit it out. Because, yeah, that sucked. Alright, got it. Right. I'm going to change the lids. There we go. And just use a little bit of the waxy side just to get some shape going. Don't know if I quite like this spoolie. It is extremely stiff. I'm not used to that at all. I have like no brows, by the way, and am notoriously lazy when it comes to drawing them on. Which, don't get me wrong, I do. I draw them on every single day, but I am not one of those people who spends a ton of time on their brows. Honestly, I just can't be bothered. To me, if they look decent, then that's all I care about. Luckily, I don't really care about what color my eyebrows are, because my hair is a weird mixture of blue and green and gray at the moment. So this universal, I think it's universal brown, it just says universal. It is working for me just fine. Yeah, everyone thinks that you need to spend, you know, at least 20 minutes on your brow. I don't agree with that. I think that as long as you can get a decent shape in there and it's filled in, that you're pretty much good to go. You don't need to spend forever perfecting every last inch of them. They don't need to be perfect. Nothing is perfect anyway, so it doesn't matter. This spoolie sucks. So every time I try to blend it in, it just seems to be taking off the product. Maybe I should have used the wax last. I'm not sure how these pencils work exactly, and I am notorious for never reading instructions on anything and just going in and trying, so. But you know what? I feel like most people don't read instructions, so lets you know how user-friendly it is if you can just pick it up and use it and it works. But we'll see. Yeah, this isn't bad. It's extremely soft. I think it's actually quite a bit too soft, and for me that's saying a lot because I use a soft brow pencil. I'm quite fond of the NYX one. I'm not sure exactly what one it is. All I know is it looks kind of like this, where it's a little bit thicker, and it has a spoolie that's very similar on the top of it. I know a lot of people that don't like it because they say that it's just too soft and they don't have enough control with it. And I happen to absolutely love it. But this one is definitely, I don't know, like I wouldn't even be able to use that as eyeliner. It is too soft. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll try it by itself without the wax next time and see if that makes a difference. I'm going to put on a little bit of eyeshadow primer. Again, I just used the NYX high definition. I have it. It's not my favorite. I definitely have ones that I like better. Well, not now, but I have had ones that I like better. I used to always use the Urban Decay Potion, which I do still love. I just can't afford it right now, so using the NYX, just throw a little bit on, blend it in with my fingertips. And you know what? It works. It's inexpensive, but it works. As I said, it is not the best one that I've ever used. I think that if you had oily skin, this would be absolutely terrible. And like, I know last year I would not have been able to use this because it is a very kind of like, it feels like I can feel my eyelids feel oily. And I would have not been able to use this before, but hey, dry skin is helping me out in this situation. So I'm just going to throw on, I'm just going to use a little bit of my NYX palette. This is the London one. It just has a mixture of like warm tones in here. Just going to get my crease color and such in here because I'm going to use that gold, but I do not use shimmers in like the crease or as my base because it just, I don't know. I don't like it. It's not for me. And I know most people don't as well. So I'm going to just start off a little bit. Oh, yeah, no, use it somewhere. This just as a base. I usually bring this quite high up. I also don't powder down my shadow base, which I know a lot of people do. They like to put on a color that is close to their skin tone and work with that. And you know, it probably would make my life a lot easier, but I did say I was lazy, so I just tend to put down my base, and then I'll spend a little bit of extra time blending that transition color down. And I mean, really, I would spend this much time blending that out anyway, so it really doesn't make that much difference to me. And I do love these NYX colors so much because I do find that, you know what, they work with their primer really, really well. They blend out very, very easily. They give me that nice base I'm looking for. This is slightly darker than what I would usually use for a transition, but it's okay. I really wanted to have my ColourPop Yes Please palette because it has better transitions in there, but I couldn't find it and didn't want to spend forever looking for it, so we're just going to use this and it will be just fine. All right, so now I'm going to deepen up my crease a little bit. And did I say what brush I was using for that? I'm using the Glamour Dolls, just Glamour Dolls eyeshadow brush. It doesn't say what number or anything on it. I'm going to take another quill brush. This is the same kind of brush that I was just using. It's just a little bit more dense. And I'm going to use this for my crease and my outer corner. I'm actually going to take a color from a different palette from one of my old Kat Von D palettes, which I won't show you because you can't purchase it anymore anyway, and really I should probably throw it out because it's not new, but I need a darker shade. So I'm going to grab that. Just going to take the black out of that palette and just put it on the outer corner and blend that in at the base of my crease. I'm going for a very, very basic eye today, by the way. Nothing special, nothing crazy. My friends who know me know that I'm usually go quite out there with all of my makeup looks. So if you're interested in that, like, just let me know and I can do whatever you like. But to start off, I thought I'd start off nice and easy. Just give you an idea of a nice basic look. And I do want to use that Ipsy shadow that I got. And if I went crazy with my eye makeup, I don't feel like I'd be able to fit that kind of tone in there. So nice and simple, smoky eye today. No big deal. I'm just getting that in the corner and blending it out. And looking at the camera, realizing how weird I look putting on eyeshadow. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to try out that new brush that I got, which is kind of like a Packer eyeshadow brush. There we go. And I'm going to just spray it with a little bit of my Pixi Glow Mist, which I use for everything. I love this stuff. Just give it a light little spray. Because I find that when it comes to any kind of like shimmery colors, if you really, really want the shimmer to come out, if you wet the brush with whatever you have, if you have a setting spray, I do prefer that. But I mean, I used to use water when I didn't. Like, you can use anything you want. Just wet the brush a little bit so it's damp, not wet. And go into the shadow. And, oh yeah, that is absolutely what I was looking for. See, I don't know if you can see, it kind of makes it look almost like foiled, and no, my lighting sucks, but in person this is looking extremely, actually kind of coppery more than gold, but I actually kind of prefer that. I'm much more of a copper than a gold person anyway, so that actually makes me quite happy. I'm gonna bring that about halfway to 2/3 across, and then I will blend it in a moment. Just gonna get that on both sides. I actually really, really quite like this. This is really nice. It looked like a color that I had owned, but actually applying it like this, I do not have this kind of shade, so I am quite happy with this, and it is applying absolutely beautifully. It is so creamy and nice, and yeah, quite happy with that. I'm gonna take the last brush that I was just using. Oh my gosh, this doesn't focus on anything. And just tap back in to that black and just blend it in to the sides so that there's no harsh line from where it ends and such. And just do a little bit of that. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of blending. So you always want everything to look nice and smooth. There we go. Simple. See? Easy peasy. And then I'm going to work on my lower lash a little bit. I am going to take... I haven't used this in a long time. This is a Kat Von D. It's just like a little kind of smudger brush guy. And I'm going to take the same color that I used as my transition color and smoke out my lower lash, just because I don't have a pencil brush right now. I don't know where it's gone, so I'm just going to use that to just add a little bit of color to the lower lash area. And I do like to stay a little bit close to my eye. I don't like to go too far down. I know a lot of people do that, but if I do that, then my eyes look so heavy and like I haven't slept in years. And I'm not about that look. I actually like to look awake when I am awake, so I like to keep mine closer. Alright. There we go. And then using the exact same brush, I'm going to dip back into that black. Always tap off the excess, and I'm just going to really kind of just dab it right in the corner right there, because I just want a little bit of definition. I find if I put a little bit extra out there, it just makes my eye look that much more awake, and it just kind of blends the top with the bottom. I don't know, something I've been doing for years. Gonna keep doing it. Alrighty. And so that's my eyeshadow. Oh, no. I gotta do a highlight. I'm still all about inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight. So I'm just going to grab a little Yves Rocher brush. Just like that. Just a regular brush, doesn't matter. Really just something a little bit small. Grab a nice shimmery highlight shade, put it right in my inner, oh my gosh, I'm out of focus. How long have I been out of focus for? Hopefully not very long. And put that just to highlight the inner corner. And then a little bit along the brow bone. Not too low, not like how, you know, we used to do it back in the day, just right along the top bit there. Just add a little bit of highlight, a little bit of definition, and we're good. And then before I do my eyeliner, oh my gosh, stop going out of focus. Before I do my eyeliner and my mascara and my lipstick, I'm going to do a little bit of my Pixi Glow Mist just to set my face and have my makeup sink in a little bit more, because I can see that it's looking ever so slightly cakey and I hate that. So I absolutely love this stuff. It is amazing. It makes my life happy. Let's go move this palette out of the way while that dries. I'm just gonna make sure that setting spray really gets into my skin nicely. Oh, it feels so nice and so refreshing. I really, really, really love it. Okay, and going into focus again. All right, cool. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of liner and mascara and lipstick, and then we are going to be done with my first YouTube video. Yay! Hopefully I haven't been shaking too much. I can see my hands shaking, so hopefully my voice isn't also shaking. Still not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing exactly with this channel. Mostly makeup, mostly beauty. I am a makeup artist, which I probably should have said from the start. I have been a makeup artist now for almost 12 years. This December will be 12 years that I've been a certified makeup artist. I've done a lot of schooling from the time I was 19 on. Lots and lots of school, but I'll get into that another day. For now, this is already way too long. So let's put on just a little bit. I love this indigo. It's by Lise Watier, which, if you are Canadian, you should know about Lise Watier. It's a great brand. They are from Quebec, and they make the most amazing eyeliners. They are super pigmented. They stay really well, even with me and my contacts. They last all day. They have never irritated my eyes ever, and I have the most sensitive eyes, and I don't know, this indigo color just, it always brings out the blue in my eyes, and I have loved it from day one and will continue to do so. Throw on a little bit of eyeliner, because it wouldn't be me if I wasn't wearing eyeliner. Just a little bit with a little bit of a wing. Always do that cat wing that I've been doing since I was a teenager. I realize my face is probably completely out of the screen at this point, in which case I'm sorry. Just need to see what I'm doing. Right, throw that, and then a little bit on the other side. Can't really talk when you put on eyeliner because it feels weird.